Hi. I've been in my new state of most likely permanent residence for almost a week now. And ooh, sis feels different. I feel liberated. I feel lifted. I feel leveled and settled. I feel sustained. I feel stable. I feel promising. And these are elements that I was in search of that I was not even sure I would get in this lifetime any longer prior to coming here. I left to secure my peace and really to secure my sanity. As of today, Sunday, what is this, September 28th, 2025, my family doesn't know I'm here. Like, literally one person knows exactly where I am, and that is because they are my prayer partner. And in the event that something happens, like somebody needs to know, and that's how it should be. Um, this isn't a form of escapism because I told you, I'm very honest with y'all that I'm a runner. I'm a reformed runner. I'm someone who will find myself looking for ways of escape in any possible method if I'm unhappy. If I am unhappy, if my soul is saying, "What are you doing to us? What the hell are you doing to us?" That is my signal to leave. And sometimes it's easier to get away, and then sometimes it's not. And I know you might be thinking, well, why are you always putting yourself in a position to just need to run away? You must be new to me. You must be new in knowing that I was the black sheep of my family and was triggered and dominoed affected into a lot of different things, into a lot of different stucknesses. And my voice was muted, my identity obliterated, and I became invisible with all this beautiful energy that I am, that I have, that I host, that I emit. I felt smothered. I felt like my destiny was being smuggled into something that is not the ultimate design for me. And so I left, and I don't regret it. I don't know what my next steps are. Um, and that's okay because I'm building from something more concrete than I ever have. And that is with an intact faith and foreseeable provision in all aspects, that I am well taken care of and well protected. What does this have to do with you? If you need to get away and go find your peace, if you can, go. Let me give you a 60-second update. 2.5 weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago now, because of a collapse in a career opportunity and somewhere that I thought I was going to be permanently stationed, I found myself in limbo, and I was living in a U-Haul for 9 days and 9 nights straight to sustain. I sold a very valuable heirloom, but it was a great exchange. And from there, someone that I know decided to gift me a hotel stay for a week. And in between those 9 days in the U-Haul and the week in the hotel, I had several conversations with my divine, several intense conversations through breath. And I said, you know what? I cannot afford to wait. I cannot afford to fast. I cannot afford to pray and wait for an answer. I'm going to make a move, and I'm going to trust Holy Spirit that you are going to back me up on this. And our relationship is so tight that if what I think I'm feeling is correct, you're going to back me up. So I just bought a one-way ticket out of the state I had been in for almost 20 years. I was told where to go spiritually. I'm glad I came. I feel that this is going to be something promising. And my encouragement to you is find what your soul is saying and follow through. You do not have time and opportunity to wait to build a case for your intuition to be correct. This is now a season. No matter what your belief system is, whether you even have one or not, there are so many shifts in humanity where you're just going to have to trust the impulse of your intuition. I left to find my soul's purpose. Not really even to find the purpose, because I already know what my purpose is. And if you've ever met me, we are both very clear on that. I left to pursue the calling of my soul. I left to find my personal identity outside of my spiritual regimen. And I'm so glad, y'all. I've experienced a lot in 3 weeks that I don't regret. I've had conversations with human beings that I would have never had the opportunity to do otherwise. Like it almost felt like evangelism to me, but like back when I was in church, because I was having conversations and then spirit would just start speaking on these people's destinies and I would give it to them and they would be like, "Oh my god, oh my god." I was having meals with a homeless man who I now consider my friend and we are like long distance writing buddies. I got to cry and disconnect and purge and detoxify certain emotional debris that had me bound for over 20 years, 25 years. I don't know what your situation is presently, but you do. And maybe your soul may not be calling you to leave your state, your city, your country, but it is calling you to allow it the opportunity to amplify itself on the inside of you so that you can get back on track to what you are supposed to be doing. The thing that you know without a shadow of a doubt that you are here for. And even if you don't know with, an assured, abundant belief of what you're supposed to do, there's something that people tell you constantly that you do that adds value, if not to the whole of humanity, at least their life. And that's where you are supposed to be purpose driven. I cannot say you need to leave by this and this date. All I can do is tell you that I live a life of faith and I'm seeing it quantified in 2025 in a way that I never thought. I mean, like, and I question this. Like, I literally pondered, how do you go from like internationally traveling? Like, girlfriend was in London living her esteemed dream, to being out on the streets in a truck. Girl, what the hell? In the same year, within 3 months of each other. It doesn't matter because Spirit is giving me the opportunity to say, I want more. And that's why I left. I left to experience more of life. I don't even know what God is and what God can do, but I'm trusting my soul. I have put in so much work in my soul, so much work in my spiritual activities that I trust what's happening, even though I don't know what's happening. Can you say that?